Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So in this video we are going to be reviewing Inheritance. Now I was really excited about watching Inheritance at the start of the year as it was getting a lot of promotional material and it looked really awesome, and it was due to have a massive theatrical release, which obviously the pandemic completely destroyed. Now it's been recently released on Netflix, but was it worth the wait? Now for the most part, this movie has a brilliant premise and an awesome cast attached to it as well. I do think they could have done more with it, especially after that killer twist. But you know, it is a really gripping movie from start to finish, and I do actually think it was worth the wait. And I'm going to be breaking down everything to do with Inheritance in this movie review. So as far as the storyline of Inheritance goes, it starts off by the sudden death of patriarchal billionaire Archer Monroe suddenly passing away and leaving his inheritance to his wife, son and daughter. As part of his daughter Lauren Monroe's inheritance, he leaves her the secret key to an underground bunker on the family's estate, and when she goes down there, she finds a man called Morgan who has been a prisoner there for over 30 years. As Lauren begins to talk a lot more to the Morgan character, she finds out that her father, Archer Monroe, has more and more hidden family secrets that he was trying to keep buried, and ultimately Lauren has a big dilemma on her hands, which is whether or not she lets Morgan go free or whether or not she throws away the key. So from a cast and characters point of view, Inheritance honestly is absolutely brilliant, as the entire cast of this film are really great. So let's go through them one by one. So first up we have Lily Collins, who plays the character of Lauren Monroe and is just a brilliant lead actress in this film. You're really with this character as she's experiencing everything that she's seeing in this film, and Lily Collins really does show off her acting range in this movie. She goes from being really shocked to being really conflicted to being really unsure to being all of these different emotions in this film. There are a few moments where it does feel a little bit one-dimensional, but then that quickly changes and you see a completely different side of this character, which is just absolutely awesome. Next up we have Simon Pegg, who plays the character of Morgan, who has been trapped in this underground bunker for over 30 years. He is equally as impressive as Lily Collins in this movie in terms of showing a great variety with his acting range, and I really liked how this character was going back into the past and really sharing all of the hidden mysteries about his character and the Archer Monroe character as well. I do feel like they could have done more with this character, especially after the killer twist at the end of this movie, but either way, he co-leads this movie really well. Next up we have Connie Nielsen, who plays the character of Catherine Monroe. For the most part in this movie, she's just playing the grieving widow mother character, but as the movie progresses, you do see a completely different side of this character, and actually she becomes her own badass in this movie as well. Next up we have Chase Crawford, who played the slimy character of William Monroe, who is a bit of an arsehole character in this film. It's a shame that you don't see more of this character, as he could have been really interesting. Very similar to the Deep character from The Boys, rather than the Nate Archibald character from Gossip Girl. Like I said, this character could have been a lot better than he was, but they just didn't give this character that much screen time, so you didn't really get to see that many layers to this character. We then have Patrick Warburton, who plays the character of Archer Monroe, the patriarchal billionaire of this family's dynasty, who has a very dark past that you find out a lot more about as the movie progresses. Even though this character died at the beginning of this movie, he appears in plenty of flashbacks, so you do find out a lot about this character. And then finally we have Michael Beach, who plays the family's lawyer Harold, who definitely everybody in the family can trust, as he definitely keeps everyone's secrets and allows the characters to definitely live in this elite world. So from a cast and characters point of view, Inheritance is absolutely awesome. So from a visuals point of view, Inheritance is actually really awesome. They really do represent all of the different aspects of this movie really well through the visuals. So for example, the underground basement space looks really dark, really grimy, really scary, whereas that is in total dichotomy to the upstairs world of the Monroe family, which is very luxurious, very amazing. So the two are really in polar opposites, and they really do immerse you in the downstairs bunker world. and the upstairs luxurious world. The camera angles are also really great, especially at the end of this movie where things get really intense and really dark in the basement. The visuals really do bring all of that to life, which is just really cool. And like I said before, all of the flashback scenes where you go back into the past and you find out a lot more about what really happened in the past, those scenes are really great, really interesting as you compare them to present day. So I feel like from a visuals point of view, Inheritance is really awesome. So in terms of comparisons, there are actually quite a few comparisons that you can make with this movie. The first immediate comparison is that it's very similar to Parasite. If you haven't seen Parasite, I won't ruin certain moments for you, but it does feel very similar to that movie. I'd also say the life of the rich and famous and the world of the elite, well, the seemingly perfect world of the elite is very similar to The Undoing and to Big Little Lies. In terms of comparing it to other recently released psychological thriller movies, I'd say it's a lot better than The Lie, Black Box, Fantasy Island, Evil Eye, etc. However, it's unfortunately not as good as Parasite, Get Out, Shutter Island, and Secret Obsession. So as far as comparisons go, I'd say it's definitely in the middle. So overall, I did really enjoy Inheritance. Like I said before, I was really looking forward to watching this for a very long time. And I do think for the most part, it did actually meet expectations. I thought it was a really cool movie. I was expecting it to be a little bit better than it was. But that being said, I thought the killer twist at the end of this movie was really cool. I wish that they had done a little bit more with that, as I feel like that moment in the end of this movie, they really could have expanded it a lot more. But you know, that being said, it does have a 2-hour runtime, so you can see why they did what they did. And also, it does answer all of the questions that it plants seeds for throughout the movie, so it does have a bit of a satisfying conclusion. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give Inheritance a solid 6 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.